welcome to today's video. Today we'll be talking about the history of a car company that doesn't exist anymore, Studebaker. You see, Studebaker's history is one of ambition, innovation, and forward-thinking design, a story of a company that began as a humble wagon manufacturer in the 1800s and grew into one of the most creative American automakers. Founded in 1852 in South Bend, Indiana by the Studebaker brothers, the company initially focused on crafting durable wagons for pioneers traveling westward and supplying the U.S. Army during the Civil War. By the late 19th century, Studebaker had become the largest wagon manufacturer in the world, building a reputation for quality and reliability that would carry into its automotive ventures, which we see in 1902 when Studebaker entered the automobile industry with electric cars like the Runabout and the Stanhope, which demonstrated the company's early commitment to alternative propulsion methods. These vehicles were lightweight, practical, and ideal for short-distance travels, and ahead of their time as competitors focused on almost exclusively gasoline engines. But by 1911, Studebaker transitioned to gasoline-powered cars with models such as the Studebaker 4 and the Studebaker 6. The 6 featured a 354 cubic inch 6-cylinder engine producing 65 horsepower, which was powerful and reliable for its time. These cars helped establish Studebaker as a serious contender in the growing automotive market and showcased the company's ability to innovate within rapidly changing technological landscapes. As for most companies, the Great Depression in the 1930s posed significant challenges, but Studebaker's response was nothing short of groundbreaking. In 1939, the company released the Champion, a car designed to be lightweight, fuel-efficient, and affordable. Its 170 cubic inch inline 6 produced 78 horsepower and 140 foot-pounds of torque, making it a practical choice for buyers during tough economic times. The Champion became a bestseller, cementing Studebaker's place as a brand that understood the needs of average consumers. The Champion also introduced a sleek, modern styling cues that stood apart from the boxy designs of competitors, including a streamlined profile and integrated fenders that made the car appear more aerodynamic. And during World War II, Studebaker also played a vital role in the war effort by manufacturing military vehicles for the U.S., including the US-6, a 2.5-ton truck powered by a rugged inline-6 engine with 94 horsepower. These trucks were praised for their reliability and were used extensively by the Allied forces. The post-war period marked a golden age for Studebaker, as in 1947 Studebaker unveiled one of its most iconic post-war designs, the Bullet Nose lineup. These cars included the Commander and the Champion, which embraced jet design elements that captured the public's imagination. The Bullet Nose grille gave these models a futuristic, aviation-inspired appearance, setting them apart from the more conservative designs of the Big Three. The Commander featured a 226 cubic inch inline 6 engine producing 94 horsepower, while higher trims offered a 245 cubic inch inline 6 with 102 horsepower. The bold design and advanced engineering made Studebaker's 1947 lineup one of the most distinctive on the road, helping the company thrive in the booming post-war economy. The real performance breakthrough for Studebaker came in 1956 with the Golden Hawk, a luxury coupe powered by a 352 supercharged V8 producing 275 horsepower and 380 foot-pounds of torque. This made the Golden Hawk one of the fastest cars of its era, capable of accelerating from 0 to 60 in under 9 seconds. Its bold styling, which featured a long hood and a short rear deck, further emphasized its high-performance credentials.
Here it comes! Studebaker 57. This year, craftsmanship makes the big difference in the low price. And here, more dashing than ever, the new Golden Hawk, America's first family sports car with room for 5. It's the only car in America to bring you supercharged power, extra power when you need it, economy at regular speeds. New exclusive slipstream styling gives you the look and feel of flight.
Despite all these successes, Studebaker faced mounting financial difficulties by the late 50s. The 1954 merger with Packard was an attempt to save both companies, but ultimately drained resources. Even with powerful engines like the Packard 374 producing 310 horsepower, the combined company struggled to compete with the scale and resources of the Big Three automakers. Studebaker's last great innovation came in 1962 with the introduction of the Avanti. I talked about this in a previous video, so I'll sum it up here. It's a fiberglass body coupe designed to be a halo car that would restore the company's reputation. And the Avante wasn't like anything else on the market. It was strikingly modern, and it included a recessed grille, smooth lines, and a long low profile. It wasn't just a design that made the Avante remarkable, it was also the engineering marvel. There were three variants of the Avante, the R1, the R2, and the R3, but perhaps the most impressive variant was the R3, a rare high-performance model equipped with a heavily modified 304 cubic inch supercharged V8. This engine produced an incredible 335 horsepower and 420 foot-pounds of torque, making the R3 Avante one of the fastest American cars of the 1960s. Capable of reaching speeds over 170 miles per hour. The R3 was built for enthusiasts who demanded cutting-edge performance. The Avante also set multiple speed records at the Bonneville Salt Flats and was the first American car to feature front disc brakes, highlighting Studebaker's focus on safety and innovation.
Trying to take it away from me. Easy, wasn't it? Try again. And just that difference is why we say the safest brakes in the world, offered only by Studebaker of all American cars, are caliper disc brakes, as compared to ordinary hydraulic brakes. Two drivers in similar sized cars see a barrier while doing 40 miles an hour, apply their brakes, and both stop in time. But notice the Lark's greater margin of safety.
Now, Studebaker didn't stop there when it came to technology. It was also one of the first automakers to introduce hill hold technology in its manual transmission models. This feature prevented cars from rolling backwards on steep inclines, a convenience that has since become standard in modern cars with manual gearboxes. But by 1963, Studebaker closed its South Bend plant and moved production to Canada, focusing on smaller, cost-effective cars like the Lark and Wagoneer.
The sign of superiority from Studebaker. For example, a stronger, better-built chassis, larger wheels, disc brakes, the finest in the world. All three choices just part of the thousands of decisions which make the Studebaker Lark the most carefully thought-out car ever built. Which is why smart people who want a car, choose the Lark. Compact, it's too luxurious. Big car, it's far too convenient. It can only be called the Lark at your Studebaker dealers now. Look for this symbol of decisions made with you in mind in the automotive and many other fields as well, where it's the sign of superiority from Studebaker.
The Lark featured a 170 cubic inch inline 6 with 112 horsepower, while the Wagoneer offered a 259 cubic inch V8 with 180 horsepower. These models were innovative in their own right, with the Wagoneer featuring a sliding roof and additional cargo space. However, dwindling sales and mounting competition led to the company's full closure in 1967, marking the end of an era. But Studebaker's legacy lives on in its bold designs and innovative engineering, and iconic cars like the Champion, Golden Hawk, and Avante. The company's willingness to take risks made it a symbol of American ingenuity. Its early adoption of disc brakes, hill hold system, and advanced styling cues demonstrated a foresight that has influenced the automotive industry for decades. While it couldn't compete with the industrial might of the Big Three, Studebaker's contributions to the automotive world remain seen in modern cars today. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, make sure to leave a like down below, and if you really like this video, maybe consider subscribing. Anyway, I'll catch y'all in the next one.